How's it going, everybody? I'm Louis, the Average Guy 1983. Thank you very much for joining me on this video. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough of the Rattan LM-Ultra that I have a dash cam installed and show you guys some of the mods that I did on it. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I actually already sold the e-bike. I sold it to a friend and who's going to basically be putting it to better use than I am. Second reason why I sold it is because the company has like ghosted me. I haven't been able to get any replies from them whatsoever. And after they sent me the replacement controller for the unit, it turned out to be having a defect right out of the box, and they sent me a new controller, and that fixed everything on the e-bike. So now it's in excellent working conditions. That's why I was able to do the range test on it at the maximum speed limit and got a very impressive 49.8 miles of range, going up to 32 miles an hour with the flow of traffic. And if you haven't seen that video, you should definitely go check it out under the Rattan e-bikes thing. And I'm still going to be, having the link and the affiliate, but I haven't sold a single unit, so that's another reason why I decided to sell it to my friend. And as you guys can see, it is actually well packaged here. The way he's going to be taking it is going to be with the LBW Dashcam, the battery pack for the Dashcam. It has a little motorcycle grade horn that I'll show you guys a demonstration of, that has a key fob to enable like a security feature where if it senses the bike moving, the horn goes off to give you a warning that somebody's trying to take it. And it does have front and rear wireless turn signals that do have to be charged, every now and then with USB-C charging. But you can see right here that I have the 20x4 Ultraverse Road Dominator tires. I highly recommend these. These work like motorcycle tires. They're heavy duty, but they are like good rubber, and they have very good traction, but they're puncture proof. It takes a lot before the thing would get punctured, and it does also have the Ultraverse heavy duty tubes on the inside as well, which is another step to help with puncture proofing. But yeah, let me show you guys the back real quick. So this right here is the dash cam mount. This is how I have it mounted. See that? And what was cool about this frame is that right here in the middle, it already had a small threaded hole. So I was able to just grab some washers and a screw and mount the bracket on so it stays in place. That was really nice. So the way I wired the back camera is just traveling from here over here this way, just like you can see right here. And then you can see the brake lever. I just attached it right to the edge of the brake lever, and we traveled it all the way up so it doesn't interrupt anything. So meaning like if you have the folding mechanism, it'll still fold with no problems. Even the handlebar can still be dropped down as well because it's not interrupting anything. And you can see the double wire here that I have for the camera, just traveling all the way up and up to this point right here and into the battery pack where I have the rest of the wires. Now right here in the front, I have the camera, the wireless turn signal for the front, and the little motorcycle grade horn thingy here where if I push it, it sounds just like that. At the front, I have the Acronym light that I'm always recommending. And the reason why I have this double handlebar extender is so that one can have the Acronym light and the other one can have the actual dash cam that my friend's going to be using moving forward. So this is what it looks like here. Here's the buttons for the front and rear turn signals. There you go. And I did do a thumb throttle mod, so we don't have the full twist throttle or the half twist. Now we have a thumb throttle that's a lot more comfortable and easier to ride. Right here in the back where I forgot to show you guys, you have the rear turn signal that's wireless as well. And then inside of this bag is where we have the battery pack. So if I open it up real quick, you guys can see the battery pack right there just being used for the dash cam only. And then I have the manual and the charger for the actual battery pack in here for him. Now talking about the alarm feature, it does have basically two key fobs here. So I'm just going to grab a random key fob, open it up, and then activate the alarm. Right, double pushing the button. And if I move the bike a little bit, you can see it already trying to go off. Look. You see that? So if you move the bike a little bit, the alarm will go off, which would indicate that somebody's trying to take your bike. So that's a pretty cool feature to have. This is one of the reasons why I recommend the little horn that I always buy and I put on almost all the scooters that I have, because it's a nice safety feature to have. So now that I deactivate it, look, if I move it, it doesn't do anything anymore. So this is pretty cool. It is packed again with like safety features, from front and rear turn signals to the actual dash cam for the front and rear. It's a lot better than using mirrors, because if you ride at night, the mirrors are not going to help you unless there's lighting. You got the Acronym light up at the front here, which is a great light, and then also the battery pack with the a little bag up in the front. And right here it does also have custom grips that you can kind of see right there. They're much more comfortable, better to you know, have like support for your palm. So these are like $40 grips, and they're definitely worth the money. Let me go ahead and turn it on for you guys. If we push the information button, you can see right there that it has 141 miles on the odometer. So this is a bike that hasn't been used that much, but I do have the charger and everything for it, so it's ready to go. So hopefully you guys were able to see how I was able to mount the dash cam. Again, this is the front of the dash cam here, so I do apologize that the screen shows kind of dark, but this is it here, and how I was able to get it installed, just in case anybody's trying to do the same thing, you know what to do. But I will put a link in the description for the brackets that you see right here to be able to mount it on. You're just going to have to get a little bit creative and get your own little screws to be able to like mount everything, but everything should work. I'll put the turn signals as well, and the little alarm that it's also a horn combo. So other than that, this is it, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you feel like buying a Rattan e-bike, you're welcome to use the link in the description as well as my discount code, so you can save some money. Even if the company ghosted me, I'm fine with it. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes right now I'm more focused on, for example, the G-Space Mars, because they don't have problems with promoting my videos. They've even been promoting my range test videos, so they're definitely not afraid or ashamed to have a heavier rider showing what their products can do. One of the most important things that I like about, you know, PEVs is that it's able to handle the claim weight limit that a manufacturer claims, and not having any problems with the motors. And that's something that G-Space has been able to do without a problem. Other than that, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you to my friend for buying this from me, and I hope he enjoys it for many years to come. All right, guys, peace for now.